Hi everybody, this is AJ with Car Inspected, and today we are in Markham. We're looking at this 2007 Lexus is350. It's got 112,000 kilometers on it. Gray in color, silver, gray. Car has been lowered. The original springs are in the trunk if you want to put it back to original height. There are a couple dings and dents around it. As you can see, someone has circled them all. Those are the major ones. There is some paint work in the car as well. Some minor paint work in this passenger side, quarter panel door and front door. Do have a little bit of paint work in them. Nothing deep, possibly some scratch repair or something like that. Tail lights all look good. That rear fascia is covered in grass and stuff, but it doesn't look damaged or anything like that. The driver's side rear quarter panel does have some work in it, some plastic work. It's a little thicker, paint thickness, especially in this area. And there's also a little bit of flecking and bubble starting just here. So yeah, that area is a little thicker and it is blended into the door. Another ding there. Those dings aren't too bad. Other than that, the car appears to be in pretty decent shape. Front fascia looks good. Headlights are a little yellowed, but nothing too crazy. Did a VIN verification. You're not going to see it here because of the glare, but it does match right in there. As far as tires go, they are all snow tires on it. They're 2019 snow tires with about 10-30 seconds of tread, so they are pretty much brand new. Barely any mileage on them, which is very good. Brakes look pretty good as well. Not much on these front brakes, not much wear in the rotors, and the pads are about, say, 90%. You can see down there, look pretty good. Undercarriage, it's hard to get under there with the lowered, but it does look pretty good. There's surface rust here and there, but nothing too major, and the rest of the undercarriage, it all looks pretty good under there. I don't see any major leaks or anything like that. This is the passenger side front tire. Again, a 2019 Michelin Pilot winter snow tire. In good shape with about 10-30 seconds of tread. Front brakes do match the other side with about 90% left. Pretty good. All the wheels do have a little bit of this corrosion on them, as well as a wheel lock, which is in the trunk. And this side we see, again, no major issues. Now, one issue that I did find, I cannot see. I've looked all four corners and taken photos. All these springs look okay. However, on the driver's seat is a piece of broken spring. Like I said, I can't find it. Must be on the top side, possibly up in the spring pocket where this is from, and I can't see which side, what corner it's from. The car does sit even though, so I don't know where the problem lies. I drove around the parking lot here. I'm not allowed to drive on the road, but we did drive around this parking lot, and it feels fine. I felt no clicking or banging or strange listing. So that broken spring piece is a mystery to me. Again, matching 2019. This is the passenger side rear. In good shape, 10-30 seconds. Rear brakes are pretty much new as well, with 90% or so left on them. They're still even pretty clean still. Barely any mileage. Under here, there's a little surface rust here and there. Nothing to be unexpected though for a car of this age. I don't see any flaking or structural issues or anything to that nature. And finally, the last tire is again matching 2019 snow tire with about 10-30 seconds of tread on it, and matching pretty much new rear brakes. So that's it for undercarriage stuff. Again, I said I saw no suspension damage or anything like that other than that broken spring piece, but I cannot find the matching broken part on the car. Trunk looks good. In the trunk are what appear to be original springs. If you'd like to put it back to original height. There is also a big aftermarket subwoofer and amp in the back here. Carpet looks good. Throughout there is a mat here, driver's side mat. That looks good as well. Under this compartment is the original spare tire and all the necessary components. And here's the emergency roadside kit here in this bag with the tire lock and everything. So everything that we need is in the back here. Deck lid looks to be in good shape, no major issues. On the rear seating compartment, everything needs a decent detailing, a little dusty, but for the most part looks pretty good. I don't see any major scrapes or bumps or bruises on this. The tint is scratched on this back window here, but that's not a major deal. A little couple of foot marks, but the seat looks good back here. Everything looks pretty decent. This all seems to work. It does have all-season mats. Underneath it are summer mats, and underneath that are carpets in pretty good condition. You'll see better photos. Headliner looks good, no major issues. We jump to the passenger side front. And again, door panels are all in pretty good condition. Wood grain is all good, buttons look good. Everything seems to work as it should. Front seat. The power does work on these seats, by the way. I tested both of them. And the leather looks good in this passenger side seat with no major issues. Again, 2 sets of mats here and original floors look pretty good. In the glove box, on the glove box there's a couple of scrapes from feet or whatever, but it's nothing too crazy. And in here looks pretty decent as well. We've got the owner's manual in here. There we go. On the console there is a little mark, some leather has been rubbed, kind of ripped right there. But the dashboard and everything else looks pretty good. Go over to the driver's side. And we find this door panel is in good condition just like the other one with no major issues. Back seat looks good here as well. Driver's side of the back seat looks nice. Same story with the mats. 2 of them, and carpet underneath appears to be pretty good. A couple of marks on this back seat as well, right there. Nothing too crazy. Finally, the driver's side looks pretty decent. No major marks or issues. A little dirt, little foot marks, but for the most part, presents pretty well. It'll clean up pretty good, I think. And again, a little salt stain on this one, but for the most part, it looks pretty good. A little more wear on the driver's seat as usual, but nothing too crazy, and they do work. The steering wheel has a little bit of wear and dirt on it. Nothing overly horrible or noticeable. A lot of it might even clean off. All this stuff looks good. Wood grain looks nice. And everything does seem to work as well. Just fire it up. There we go, 112.877. We have no current check engine lights or anything like that on. Code did come up, which I will highlight in the report, but it doesn't seem to be affecting any issues. Here's the key. All this wood grain looks nice as well. Everything does seem to work. This console piece, everything looks good. Air conditioning works. We do, where's the climate? Oh, here, there we go. Climate. So AC does work. Touchscreen works. Audio seems to work. So yep, all that works pretty good. no major issues. There we go, turn it off. Pop the hood. And we find no real issues under here. It all looks pretty good. Belts, hoses, etc. I did take this cover off, looked at everything, the belts, hoses, everything looks nice. Oil, tested your oil dipsticks here. Fill spouts there. It does need an oil change, but there is no signs of engine wear or contamination or anything like that. It's got a pretty new looking Optima battery in it, which is a bonus. Sitting at 13 and charging at about 14.8, so we have no issues there. Your coolant right here looks nice and clean and tested negative 43, so again, no issues. And our brake fluid here looks good as well with 0% humidity. All in all, looks pretty decent. Like I said, I saw no major leaks or issues like that. Hood's not rusted, nothing's really an issue. So, there you have it. 2007 Lexus is350. As usual, thanks for watching. This is AJ with Car Inspected, and we'll see you next time.